No, I know you're expecting the whistle. I've been too busy. And I also thought, you know what, I'd get really hot and I'd have to get out of it. And here I am, Chris Holloway, getting the ball rolling on what I predict to be one of the least donated to streams I've ever done. Now, we're going to straight away, Paul, what? You didn't say what? What? Hang on. It wasn't. Do you want me to be late, or do you want to? Suit fell apart. He said. We'll probably be quite low on numbers as well. And you know what? That actually disappoints me somewhat because it's actually part of what I want to talk about. Sarah, you're blowing everyone's socks off with your beautiful new avatar. It's really quite something. Lovely to see you. There you go. Oh, that's what ruined it, did it? Yeah. False advertising, clickbait, unsubbed. It's all gone wrong. Otto, please, can we not make these jokes? You're going to get us all in all sorts of trouble. Right, let me get a bit of colour in my cheeks. Look, whatever happens, this is a scrubbed stream. Try saying that when you're me. And we'll have a laugh. And also, it's Friday afternoon. Just bloody lovely. I'm so chuffed. I've got the missus here. Wake up tomorrow. Oh, you're getting up? No, I'm not. I'm going to stay in bed. Do you want a cup of tea? Yes, I do. Is there any? Are there those lovely sticky Chelsea buns we bought yesterday? Yes, they're in the cupboard. Just incredible. Ragnar reckons it's rigged. It's rigged. Where's the goddamn whistle? And the other problem was, well, thank you, Miss Danger. Well, not only have I got a T-shirt on, but hi, our pal. I mean, check it. I mean, if we're here to talk about quality garms, I hope you might witness a full-on death here. Oh, good Lord, I got a touch of vertigo. I will do it for you. I honestly just haven't had time. I just wanted, it's 10 o'clock here. When I started this, I wanted to be finished work. I didn't want to have to do this knowing that I had an hour or two grafting to do. I wanted to absolutely, I did not think we'd see the Labrador. I did not think that. There's hope yet. There you go, Richard. I've done it specially for you and the Swans. What's that? Blue shorts, white T-shirt. No trophies. There you go. Mosley's black shorts. They're blue. But it would appear that why, thank you, Diseased Rat. Let's get the donation started early this Friday. Lovely. Looks like a bit of clobber. Look, thank you, Diseased Rat. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate it. I know times are hard. I know there's a recession and God knows what, and that's bloody lovely. And thank you, Chris Holloway, as well. Let me get this housekeeping out of the way because we're going to have a laugh. We're still going to have a laugh. I'm not just going to be sitting there going, buy some nice clothes, son, and you'll like life more. That's not what it's going to be about. Let me just sort this out. I've got some lovely footage to run while I'm talking. I'm making it sound like I have prepared it. I'll just be running someone else's videos while I'm chatting. Don't worry, it'll all go according to my dastardly plan. But I have actually, in this is series. Oh God. This is episode 1. And this is going to be, if not every Friday, I'll see how it goes. I'll see what the interest is like. If not every Friday, every other Friday. And this will be a series. And I will be, this is going to be an introduction where I tell you what this channel is, what this series is intended to be, and what it isn't intended to be. And it's certainly not me telling you that you've got to change the way you dress. I would never do that. I have no intention of doing that. What I will, let me just, hang on, just... I got it. Oh, what? You want something? Who goes there? Oh my God. Oh, hang on. Was that super chat that come through for the highest of all scrub salutes? Who goes there? I said. Thank you. Sweet, lovely. Bosh, bosh, bosh. Here we go. Look at that. Yaffles landed. Subs paid. I'm not being funny. Again, I got sent some clips from people moaning about me and donations and the grift and they'll be watching and they'll have seen the 4 donations I've just had come in. And it's lovely to get donations, obviously, but it's particularly sweet to know that there's people biting their jaws loose at the moment. Thank you, Yaffle. I won't mention you in person, Yaff, but you will be one of the people I will refer to in a group later. Neil Christie, thank you. Here I go, Danger, or should I say triceratops. Triceratops. Now, it could be a typo for triceratops, but even then I don't get it. I don't know what's happening. Neil, you're going to have to fill me in on that one. I haven't got a Danny LaRue what you're talking about. Or should I say triceratops? I could be here sometime. Thank you, Neil Christie. That's absolutely wonderful of you and all of you who've just donated. That's great. JC's on the firm. There you go, Keys of the Kingdom. Taking money off of teenagers. There's always, I get it. Is it to do with my reverse guns? I hope so. Thanks, Victor Carbino. Me in it. What one scrub giveth? What? Hello, giveth. What one scrub giveth, me in it taketh. Absolutely awful. Absolutely awful. Almost 200 in. Well, 14 have already left. 14? What? I didn't say that. Who are you trying to recruit around here with your gaslighting, your wolf whistles, your dog whistles? Dog whistles? What the frick is happening? Yes, Mr. Christie. All right, I'm good with that. Skull crushers, let's go. Right, this is going to blow your minds. Somewhere, ladies and gentlemen, and I stress the ladies, with a shocking 13% of the House of Scrubs being female. Oh, yes. My clobber brings all the girls to the yard because my far right grooming is better than yours. Nice one, Christy. I appreciate that. Dennis says, Triceratops are massive. Yes. Dennis, I was singing your praises yesterday. I was receiving bollocks off of you. I was telling people what you told me about the old Ritalin and how it sends those kids into a zombie-like trance because their brains can't cope. It's really dark. It's such a, what your angle on it terrified me. I've been talking to Jeff Sharler about it. While I'm on the subject of Jeff Sharler, I want to say something that's really important. And I would assume most of the scrubs know this. And if, someone wrote to me and hid their name. It was all anonymous. And they said, did you know you only had to Google? You could have been on Google for 2 minutes and you'd have found out that Jeffrey Sharler was Jewish. And then it went, just like insane ranting. I knew Jeffrey Sharler was Jewish. I knew that. Don't hate Jews. I don't hate anyone. I just want to stress this. And if anyone doesn't agree with me on this, no worries, you're in the wrong place. But I don't hate anyone. I don't hate the blacks. I don't hate Muslims. Literally, some of my best friends are Muslim. Don't hate blacks, don't hate Jews, don't hate Muslims. I don't hate anyone because of the group they're part of. Just, that's not clever to me. That doesn't make sense to me. That's what fools do. And if that freaks you out, if that makes you think I'm some kind of cuck, yeah, all right. If that makes you think I'm like some kind of 2016 meme, no problems. But, crack on, because it doesn't serve me. It doesn't serve my wants in life, and it doesn't serve my wants for the nations I speak of. It's just ridiculous. So I just wanted to make that clear, because it Do you know what I mean, Tech Roach? Exactly. It just doesn't. It's bad optics to be that stupid. You know, it's bad optics to be that stupid. Rhett. Hello, Rhett. Is that the original Rhett? Rhett, are you the Rhett that I met in Cambodia? Who had the business in Kampot? Maybe not. Rhett, you write to chris@chrisdangerfield.com. Nice one, Gary. Thankfully, Liz. Yeah, thankfully, I know that the majority of you onto that one. It's not gonna help us. It makes us targets. It makes us appear stupid, and it's just not part of who I am. So when someone wrote to me and was sort of like, "Yeah, I despise globalism. Absolutely despise it. I think it wrecks life for everyone." When someone writes to me and goes, you know, Jeff Sharler's a hero of mine. If you know, it's up to you. If you can't take that, whoa, you've got weird problems. All right, now, well, this is what I'm going to tell you. So this is the first. Amazing that I lost no viewers when I said that. I had absolute faith in the House of Scrubs. I know that I lost a lot of people who wouldn't have agreed with what I just said. As why have I got the most narky, angry, aggressive, and yet strangely lovable moderator? Why do I know that in no other situation are me and Mosaic Labrador mates? It's so hilarious. It's so hilarious. And it's again, it's kind of one of those things that just makes this place, this scene we've created between us, remarkable. You've got enough of both of us. Well, there you go. But listen, one day I'll meet you IRL, Moslab, and I'll have you doing some yoga. We'll sit down, we'll meditate a little bit, and it'll all be all right. You can just, I'll just help you. I'll help you squeeze that hatred, and I'll help you. I just imagine him doing it, sitting down there on the seat, on the bonnet of your Jeep, the pair of us. Little caftan. Hi, and then just put all that naughty negativity into a little ball and okay, I'm sure you're right on this. Most likely you'll end up with an AR in your hand singing Hank Williams. Yeah, I think your personality will probably dominate that conversation, but either way, always a pleasure to have you here, mate. Jared says to direct your hatred into strong erections. Of course, he's talking about architecture. He's talking about, you know, if you hate your environment, then make wonderful buildings. Of course, that's what you're talking about. Your friend of mine, Visionary Companion, says if popularly, he didn't say that. He didn't nearly choke on his own vomit. If popular usage, oh, sorry, I'd just like to introduce the oh God, the tin is literally sweating. The unofficial drink of this channel, Picari Sweat. It's like licking a granddad's armpit. If popular usage determines the definitions of words, then we are full of hatred for loving our own people enough to defend them. Yeah, it makes no sense whatsoever. Any of that does absolutely no sense. We've been disallowed. We've been disallowed from that activity. We're expected to support all other groups doing it, but we've been disallowed it ourselves. It's the most amazing sort of identitarian bait and switch that you've ever, you know. Identity politics, identity itself is bad for you. All right? It's bad for you because things that happened hundreds of years ago or something, but they need it. The rest of them need it. Those people with no power. It all comes down to power. When you have a look at the sort of the Frankfurt School Marxism that took the Marxism of Karl, that was about the the working classes who did not own the means of production, and the landowners, the ruling classes who own the means of production, and the middle classes run the means of production. That's the power struggle. So to turn that into a more of a cultural sort of dichotomy, it suddenly became sort of the Western European, stroke Europe, people of European descent as the haves, and the rest of the world as the have-nots, and that's what that little swap is. And we are removed of those privileges. You know what, Rusky? It's absolutely buoka. I don't even know how to pronounce buoka. I nailed it then, though, didn't I? So, for anyone who's joined late, because I'm thinking maybe people have ignored the my thumbnails, because they're usually a load of old twaddle. But this is the first episode in a twice monthly new series on proper garms, on schmutter, on clobber, on dressing well, and why you should do that. What this won't be, like I said, I'm not going to tell you what to do. I'm not going to say you should do it, but I am going to explain some reasons why you might want to, what I've got out of that change in my life, and a few reasons why it might not be what it first appears. I mean, we've talked on this channel before about the old I hate books. You know, we all know it. Some of us have said it. I hate books. Give me a 1 in the chat if you've ever said or have heard someone say, I hate books. There's a reason I'm asking you. A 1 in the chat if you've said or have heard someone, I hate books. You know, that one where people, usually around early 20s, late teenage years, I hate books. Or sometimes I hate reading. There you go, a couple. Shouting horses helping out. It's pronounced buaka. That's it. Lovely. There you go. Look. No. Exactly. Rusky is saying I just did. So in theory, you should all say it. Thanks, Shouting also. I think it is buaka. That's it, buaka. Brilliant. So that's a lot of people. Oh, come on. That's twice now. Now, the thing is, this isn't... There you go, Dennis. I hear that from the working class in my town, and that's all I heard growing up. You know, I didn't read a book voluntarily till I was about 16. And I am a writer now. I love literature. I love it. I love reading. I love writing. I love language. I've studied language. I've studied writing. And I hated it because of what school done to me. And this isn't an accident. It's not an accident that working class people hate reading, don't like books. I hate all that. Oh, he's one of them. Oh, he likes reading and shit. There's an absolute reason for that. They want you to think like that. This has been imposed upon us as a people, as a class. Do you think middle class people hate books? Do you think they say that? They might say it to get friends when they end up in the working class boozers. Do you think ruling classes? Do you think the aristocracy? Do you think the rich, successful people hate reading? Or do you think they always reading? Do you think they're getting through about 20 books a year? Because I'm telling you, that's the case. One of the things I've always noticed, one of the things I've seen frequently again and again and again is successful people who I've met are well read and continue to read all the time. It's part of their existence. You know, my Kindle's got about 800 books there at the moment, and some get kicked out and new ones get put on it. And it's just time and time again, people who've got their heads in books are doing well in life, not just because of reading, but it tends to be a feature because people put a lot of effort into writing books. People put their whole life into a book. They've become an expert in one thing, that book. They've become absolutely, they are the world's best. They are the person who can speak the most on that one object. That's incredible. You know, they're an extreme expert. And they're handing that to you. And it might have taken them 30 years to live, 5 years to think about, and 4 years to write. And you can consume that. You can put that in your head in a matter of weeks. It's an absolute gift. And it is no accident. And I just think about it. I know you're all bright enough for this. It's no accident that working class people are, I fucking hate reading. Oh, so boring. You know, why do you think they're giving us Macbeth at school when you're 13? What the fuck's going on? What is this? I don't understand this. Why are they getting me to read Lord of the Flies when I'm 12 and I'm sitting in a room and it's a lovely summer's day outside and this is just a nonsense to me? I'm not interested. I'm too young for this. No, I don't want to think about this shit. I want to go out and play, not read. And so we end up being absolutely broken stuff, and it wrecks us and it ruins us. And it means that things are, we sacrifice things, we lose things. Massive potential is taken from our lives. And I'd suggest to you, it's much the same with clothes. It's much the same with your appearance. Like every time I've mentioned bespoke tailoring or handmade shoes, which I know I have repeatedly, quite a lot, annoyingly actually amounts. That's why I'm now putting it into one stream so that people who ain't into it can just tune out and go somewhere else. But if I do it like this, you know what to expect. And if you don't like it, you know, you can go. But while I've been doing it, I have seen so many people in the chat having this peculiar gutter pride about their lack of appearance, having this need to say out loud that they look like shit. And there's a pride about it. And I call it gutter pride. And that comes from rehabs. You know, in rehab, people who are just walking in the door, they've got that gutter pride. Now I've been in Nick 4 times. Now they nearly cut my leg off once. They pulled a bit of pus out my leg, looked like a bit of spaghetti. Now I shot up in my eye once with a chisel. You know, and it's like, well done. Your stories of failure are really good. You're doing really well at not doing really well at life. You're an absolute mess, and they love it and they compete. They compete for it. And I've seen the same happen here, and I've seen the same happen in all different areas of my life. Where, you know, I'd have turned up to a gig. I used to wear a nice bespoke suit when I'd done stand-up. You know, I'd have to take the jacket off, obviously, to perform. But, you know, and people afterwards would just sort of deliberately slag themselves off. Now, this isn't about bespoke tailoring. I'm not saying I'm better than these people. And the reason, and I'm really not, because I've been there. I know that. And it took me years to get out of that. It took me years to give myself the self-respect to think there's actually a small chance that I might look good. And by look good, don't cringe at that and think of style magazines and hey, and fashion, because that's what they want you to think. That's the same as I hate books. I don't want nothing to do with fashion. This ain't about fashion. It's about quality and it's about self-respect. And the same thing has happened. You know, there's a whole class of people in the UK, the working class people, millions of people sitting around in the most crappy, sweaty, synthetic clothes that make them look lazy, make them look stupid. It's been imposed upon them. And a lot of the time, even if you're not getting that from Primark or from the local market for £2.50, and this isn't about money, it's about quality. Even if that, you get the other end, you get people who are paying 200 quid for a designer shirt. 200 quid for a shitty designer shirt because it's got a stamp on it. Or, you know, 300 quid for a pair of trainers. Synthetic shoes that make your feet sweat and are really bad for you. And again, now I don't care. I just stick on. I've had the same trainers for 3 years. You know, I don't care how I look. This is your life. This is really your life. Your only one life. And you're proud to say how bad you look. I don't give a shit how I look. Why would you be like that? And that's rhetorical because I know exactly why, because I've done it. I've absolutely done it. I remember I met a bird once and we got into her bedroom to sort of get it on. When I took my T-shirt on, I still had the little stickers from when I was in hospital the week before. I hadn't even had a shower. Didn't care. No, don't care. Not interested. So, like I said, this isn't going to be about telling you what to do, but I will try and explain a few things to you and try and sort of get through that mad sort of mentality where you have where it's easy, it's possible to buy into that con that keeps us looking stupid. Like if you think about the communists, think about the top communists, think about the top Soviets, think about the Nazis, think about the Chairman Mao's communists. Think about all of those groups that had to achieve political power. They didn't hang around in rags. No. They turned up in tailored clothing, all of them. Think about the military. Think about the British military. Think about the British sailors. Think about the merchant navy. Why does the military, they dress up in combat gear. They've got their camouflage stuff, the beret and all, well, not the beret, sorry, the combat stuff and all that. Why do soldiers have a dress uniform as well, which is really heavily looked after and polished and shined and creased and ironed and looked after? Why would the military do that? Because people take them seriously. Because people take them seriously. Because if they're not fighting, if they're not trying to blend in with their surroundings and dodge bullets and all that with flak jackets on or whatever, they might have to go to meetings. They might have to talk to leaders of nations. Or are they going to turn up in a pair of slacks and a pullover? No, because this stuff's important, so they want to look important, and that's why they do it. There's a historical an occurrence of this, and not on top of all of what I just said. We're English. Do you remember the Victorian era? Do you remember the Edwardian era? Do you remember when we were the best dressed people in the world? Do you remember when we took style to the four corners of the world? When we walked around and we looked incredible and amazing, and it was that is part of the empire. It's part of our history. And in the space of about, 30 years from the end of the Second World War, really, we've had it imposed upon us. We've had this absolute piss take where we've got whole generations and whole classes of people who've just bought into this idea of looking shit. Now, I'm not saying you should be wearing tailored clothes all day, every day. I'm wearing a pair of shorts and a t-shirt and a fucking deerstalker at the moment. But I do think these things need to be considered, because there are times in your life where it helps for you to look your best. And it's not just christenings and it's not just weddings. But even if it was just christening and weddings, those things start adding up. Christenings, weddings, funerals, job interviews, get-togethers, all sorts of things, dinner parties. It starts, boop, 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 boop. The amount of funerals I've been to, and I've been to a lot of funerals. I have been to a lot of funerals in the, back in those dark days, my mates were dropping like flies. And to see their mothers and their fathers at those funerals looking around at the garb those fools were wearing, it was just like charity shop suit day out. That's their son they're putting in the ground. And you've turned up in that. It looks like it's been in a locker while you've been in prison for 7 years. It's just insulting. Absolutely insulting. The mafia, another great example. The mafia, they made a point. These are Sicilians. They made a point. Look at Al Capone. Al Capone invented a certain kind of style. It was heartbreaking to be at those funerals. I've seen people in shell suits at funerals. I just wanted to push them in that. I thought, how dare you turn up here and piss on my mate's funeral? Shocking. So it actually turns out there's lots of times where a nice bit of tailoring is going to help you out, and shoes as well. Shoes, and like I said, this isn't about money. Me buying tailored clothes and handmade shoes has saved me a fortune. It's saved me a fortune. And let's move on to shoes just briefly. All shoes used to be handmade. Because it was understood that you only get one pair of feet, and it was understood that you stand on those. And you wouldn't believe what goes into a pair of handmade shoes. It's not stick a sole on a bit of leather, paint it, and let it go. An average pair of handmade shoes, which is using machines to stitch them. Not always. I'll get up while I'm talking about this. I'll get up a geezer making a pair of shoes, but a decent pair of shoes has about 250 different processes on it. 250. Let me just. I'll have this playing away while I'm chatting about it. Hang on. This is a geezer that makes shoes in Germany. But hang on, I won't disappear into the edge. I'll choose that one. There you go. And I've got look at that. Stop making me want handmade shoes. You wait there. Truth will set you free. I can never remember. These are about 12 years old, 12, 15 years old. They've been resold a couple of times. Crockett and Jones handmade shoes cost me about 500 quid. When I put these on, like I say, let's just assume they're 12 years old. When I put these on, it's like I've got nothing, no shoes on. It's like I'm in a pair of socks. And when I walk around, because a decent pair of shoes has got a layer of cork in it that adjusts to your foot shape. It's got a welt in it. It's got a heel that's built up of different blocks. It's made, and it's been made using processes that have developed over hundreds of years to make them absolutely perfect, to make them good for you, and to make them last. That pair of shoes will probably outlive me. I've got a pair of shell cordovan boots that I think will probably outlive me. I mean, I'm going to have to do 30 more years, unlikely, because they're going to get enough. I've had them for about 3 years and looked after. They'll do 30 years. You know, you've got one pair of feet, and let me tell you something else. How many people do you know with back problems? Give me a 1 in the chat if you know someone with back problems. Someone close to you. There you go. Look, loads of people. I mean, it's endemic in our culture. People with look, oh gosh, look, it's everyone. There's so many people have back problems. You know what? I talked to an osteopath, and he said to me, he said the majority of non-diseased based back problems. So not if you've got something actually going on in your, you know, from your back, but it comes from people's feet. He said it comes from people's feet. Feet, they get into bad habits, they get into bad footwear. And because they wear that, people tend to wear the same footwear. I just like those trainers. That's what I wear. So I get the same pair regularly and regularly. They're not good for them. They're damaging the feet. They're making you do this. Look at your old pair of trainers. Look at the soles of your old pair of trainers. A pair of trainers you've had, 6 months, a year. Look at the sole and see the really uneven wear on it. That's where you're proper on some weird tilt. And that will damage your knees. It will damage your hips. It will damage your back. Because once your knees and your hips are starting to go a bit funny, that will be reflected in your back. Now, I'm not saying a pair of handmade shoes is going to stop you having back problems. But what I am going to say is terribly made shoes have caused loads of back problems. And it's not only about the quality of the shoes. We then end up talking about posture, because, and this is something I can prove to you. You put someone in a nice suit, you put someone in a nice pair of shoes that they look good in, their posture will change. They'll stand upright. They'll be proud. They'll be proud in a way they've never known. And they'll walk proud, and they'll walk tall, and they'll feel good for it. And this is what I was going to say earlier. I will promise you this. Over the years, I've probably encouraged more than 20 people to have a suit made. Probably more than 20. Not one of them has regretted it. Quite the opposite. You're going to have to trust me on this, because and here they are. It's been one of the most wonderful experiences of their lives, because it's not just getting a bit of schmutter. It's not just, oh, that's nice. It's the start of valuing yourself. It's the start of realizing that you're actually a human, and that you're valued, and that you're part of a society, and that you know you're not being slowly beaten down by the many different parts of the globalist machine that wants you stuck in your house, sat on the sofa wearing synthetic clothes, feeling like a piece of shit, who's happy to get on a YouTube channel and write in the comments, "Now I just sit around picking biscuit crumbs out my belly button." I know it's a joke occasionally, but that gutter pride, I see it all day, every day. I see people happy to celebrate their terrible appearance, and it's just terrible. And this isn't about being vain, and this isn't about suddenly all ending up on Instagram going, no, that's absolute bullshit. But it is about being able to occasionally in your life look your best, to be able to sometimes turn up somewhere knowing that the clothes you're wearing were made for you. They were made for you. You get one life. You get one life. You can get one suit made. And a decent suit's going to last you 20, 25 years looked after. You might have the trousers replaced, but that's all right. You get that done. And that's going to save you a fortune, because every time something comes up, another funeral, another wedding, another job interview, another christening, another dinner party, another this, another that. And they do start adding up those things, going to visit someone, going on a walk somewhere, going on a date. All those things. Every time buying something new, buy one decent suit, get it made for you, and it will cover you for years. It will cover you for years, and it's important. I don't think a lot of people realize with a pair of shoes that you have made, not made for you, I wouldn't actually suggest having bespoke shoes because it's really expensive. However, and this is the good news, the handmade shoe industry is booming. It's absolutely booming. It's going like that at the moment. And Huddersfield in the UK is the handmade shoe center of the world. I mean, this stuff is so patriotic, it's untrue. Bespoke tailoring is a very English thing. Wearing suits is a very English thing. Making the best cloth in the world. The best cloth in the world comes from Huddersfield. England is still the best cloth in the world. It just is. And that industry is flying. The industry is growing at a remarkable speed. All this stuff is very patriotic to get involved with. You're supporting English trades, you're supporting English businesses, and you're coming out of the other end looking good and feeling better. And then consider this. Think of some silly group, think of the EDL. When they all turn up with their belly guts and bomber jackets, those photos don't look great. When the press says what they want to say about those people, anyone reading that looks at them and just thinks, thugs. They're thugs. They look like a lot of thugs. They might be. Some of them might be. Some of them might not be. I don't know. But I've seen the photos, and it ain't a good look. Now imagine, I don't know, let's say there was a certain alternative kind of patriot convention. And imagine the press are all there outside, ready to grab this so they can put the headlines, organisation of hate, blah, 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 usual sort of fear-mongering. Imagine when the people watching that all come and stand outside and they've all got nice tailored suits on that absolutely fit them, nice polished shoes, gorgeous. And they're all standing there. Imagine those photos. And I'm not joking here. Imagine then trying to put those crazy comments underneath. It's just going to be, it will be bizarre. Convention of hate. And anyone looking at that photograph in the newspaper, the first thing they're going to do before they even get to the headline, because with newspapers, everyone looks at the picture first, same with websites. The first response is going to be the one that lasts. And they're going to look at that and go, oh, that's a selection of well-dressed people there. And the thing about people being well-dressed is it's attractive. It's actually attractive to people. It attracts them. That's what attraction is. It's when you look at something and you like it. It's when you look at something and you want to be part of it. You want to get closer to it. And imagine that photo with 20, 30, 40 people looking attractive, looking like they understand quality. And when people look like they understand quality, and when people look like they value themselves, you want to be part of it because you respond to it. It's natural and it's immediate because they look better than most of the other people you've seen in the previous 4 or 5 days, or the other people you've seen in that newspaper. So suddenly you've got all this incredible natural responses to a semiotic discussion that's just happened in front of your eyes in that quick. And then suddenly that headline's going to be a bit weird. What? Because they're now going to have to try and hold two very different thoughts in their head at the same time. And I'm suggesting the pitcher's going to keep winning. You know, there's that whole side of it as well. You know, this has to be taken into account. This is all part of it. Albert Ross. Never judge a man until you've walked a mile in his shoes. A, because you will then, and B, because he's a mile away now, so he can nick his shoes. There you go. There you go. There you go, JC. I mean, you know, where is it? Hang on, where is it? Alan Taylor. Just the experience of having a tailor-made suit is great. Feeling second. Just the experience of having a tailor-made suit is a great experience, second to none. Yeah. I mean, you know, this is what's going to happen. You're going to go down. First of all, you're going to pick your cloth. This is how you get a suit made. Just don't do Ian Curtis and Joy Division look. Keep the jacket on. Yeah. And also thank you, Dawn. Also, those jackets are very of the time, and that's always a problem. Always a problem. Thank you, Dawn, for that donation. Urba says, I have to say the pick at the first PA conference appealed to me. See, they were actually, you know, they make a point of looking good, but that can be upped. That can be moved up. Yeah, we will get on to ladies wear. I will have a guest on for that. Don't worry. I will absolutely cover that. Ladies can have fully tailored outfits too, of course. Absolutely, of course. Oh, hello, love. I didn't know you were over there.
Oh, my darling, I love you.
Thank you. So, you know, these are all really important things. I'm now going to put some graphics on, and I'm going to carry on with what Alan Taylor was talking about. Taylor, sorry, mate. You know what I meant. Here we go. Hang on. Thank you, love. There you go. Let's just I'll just pop this on in the background, so you get the idea of what I mean. So listen, the first thing you're going to do, you're going to pick your cloth. This is the first thing, and this is just at your leisure. You're going to be looking through swatches. You can look online. You can go to places like Holland and Sherry, whose tagline is the finest cloth in the world, and I have to say it is the finest cloth in the world. Thank you, Chris Holloway. Much appreciated, love. You missed super chats earlier, apparently. Did I? Was I rattling away? Was it Chris Holloway's one? What? I got the first three in. Let me check entropy and I'll see what I can do. Oh, nice to see entropy not working again. Oh, here we go. Jacob Patriotic is said Chungus because they're having a right ball with that one in the chat. There's that one. Rebecca, 23, said, I love your optimism, Chris. I always go away from these streams a happier person. Thank you so much. You are inspiring. Nice one, Rebecca. I've done Neil Christie's, I've done Yaffles, and I did the other one that isn't on here. But no worries. Thank you. Sorry, Chris, for missing yours. And sorry, Rebecca, for missing yours. And thank you very much for doing yours. Where were we? So, yeah. So the first thing you're going to do, this is how it works. You're going to pick your cloth. You're going to work out what cloth you want. And then you're going to go and find a tailor. And they're going to measure you up. They're going to start showing you what their house style is. And then you're going to sort of pick your lapels, how many buttons you want, what cuffs you want. And you don't have to know it all. You don't have to know it all. You can go in there and ask them to help you. You can straight away go in there and say, I don't know anything about this. I need your help. I want a suit made. And they're going to help you. They're going to show you all the different things that they can do, all the options. And they're also, when they measure you, they're also going to say to you, look, you know, you're quite a big lad, or you've got big shoulders, or you've got this, whatever it is that is particular to you, they're going to cut you an outfit. They're going to cut you a suit, which makes the best of that shape. Like if you've already got big shoulders, they're going to make a suit that takes the eye down, where the lines go down to the waist, so that you don't put it on and look like a fucking American football player. You know, they're gonna work with that with you. If your legs are really long, there's things they can do. If your legs are really short, they're not going to make you a suit that makes them look even shorter. Quite the opposite. They're gonna cut you a shape and a pattern that actually accentuates your legs. And so this is all going to happen. You're going to make all these decisions. You're going to spend a lot of time. You know, that could be 2-3 hours in one of those studios. They're going to give you a cognac. There's usually a cigar room out the back. Not joking, really. Really, when I had my first suit cut, they come out with a tray of a few single malts, and I went for the cognac in the end. And I sat in the cigar room with my measurer, looking through different magazines at different styles and things, just smoking this fucking cigar. Yeah, they'll see. Look, exactly what I mentioned earlier. There you go. The need to say that out loud and share it. It's incredible. But they'll deal with that. They'll absolutely deal with it. But I'll suggest to you, once you start caring about your appearance a little bit, not over the top, you'll probably start working on that. And then after chatting to them for a few hours, they're going to start coming up with some ideas. There you go, Brooke. There you go, Brooke. Dillich is taking the piss. Brilliant. So look, what they're gonna, you know what? I had to get my Cambodian tailor the other week. In the trousers, I said I need a little bit more room around the old glands, son, and he'd give it to me as well. But then you're gonna go away, and then they're gonna knock up your suit, but they're not gonna stitch it together. They're just gonna tack it all together. It's gonna, you know, might even just be one arm, really, and the waistcoat and the trousers. And then a couple of weeks later, you're gonna go down there. They're gonna put it on you. And then he's going to get his little bit of tailor's chalk and he's going to start making little marks on it. That needs taking in a bit. That's not hanging well. This needs changing. That's too long. That's too short. He's going to pop a mirror in front of you. He's going to say, what do you think? And if you don't like any of it, you're going to tell him, no, that's too long. This is this. I don't like this. He's going to tell you why it might be like that and the other options. You might not like the little Regency cuff he's put on it. You might want something a bit more simpler, just a button or 2 buttons or something else. The lapels might be too big, too small. You might want another button down the front. You might want double-breasted. And you can make any of these changes. You haven't got to stand there and feel working class and go, no, I love it. No, it's fine. It's brilliant as it is. Talk to him. Go through it. Get it exactly how you want it. Couple of weeks later, you're going to go down. He's going to try the actual suit on. If you don't like anything, if any changes need to happen, you tell him, he'll mark it, they'll get done. You'll probably have 2 or 3 fittings for a bespoke suit if you go to a decent suit maker. And there you go. And then about a month after that final fitting, your suit's going to be delivered to your front door and it's going to be absolutely spectacular. And when you put that on with your handmade shirt, and listen, handmade shirts you can get in London for about 50 quid. Handmade, fully bespoke. So the geezer comes to your house or you meet him in a little measuring room in London. There's measuring rooms on Savile Road. They only cost 20 quid an hour to hire out. You'll get tailors who go down there and they hire them out for the day and they do all their measuring on one day. He's going to measure your shoulders. He's going to buy 3 or 4 shirts. You'll get them for 50, 60 quid a pop. Fully bespoke, made for you. They're going to fit you perfectly. So you're going to pop that on. You're going to pop your tie on. You're going to put that whistle on. You're going to look in the mirror and you're going to think, fucking brilliant. I look amazing. And then every time the opportunity, you'll be waiting in your life for opportunities to wear it. You'll be waiting for that opportunity because you'll want to put it on because it feels great. And I tell you this, and this is I will promise you this. When I wear a 3-piece suit, I'll tell you what, I'll show you some photos of my new Cambodian one. I've got some photos. When I put a suit on, I feel different, you know, if it's been made for me, because not only the way it looks and the way it feels, but the fact that I know it was made for me, that it's mine, that it's a one-off. There's only one of these in the world like this, and it's on me. Not only does all that have a psychological effect on the way I tackle that day, because I'm more confident, because I'm stronger, because I'm better at life when I feel like that. Not only that, and this is the bit you really need to understand, everyone else treats me differently as well. You are treated completely differently when you're wearing a quality whistle. I mean it. And you can get away with all sorts. You know that just people are stepping over each other to help you out. And I absolutely mean it. I've gone into restaurants in a bespoke suit. There's been no tables. They've moved people out of the way and put a table up for me. I swear. And you know, people open doors for you. Like, you don't get so many people open doors for. I don't get so many doors in my junky joggers and t-shirt. It's you'll have a different experience of the world, and that is priceless. Absolutely priceless. Let me show you these silly photos. It's a lovely whistle, though. Hang on a minute. The old Cambodian. I don't know if you can see that. Nice. Hang on, got another one. The photo is a bit weird because the missus took them. They're a bit dark. I'm trying to get that shine off it. Nice. Yeah. But I will wear that for you. I'll wear it for you next time, and I'll show you the whole thing. So look, there's so much more to this. There's so much more to this than just some garments. It's about how you appear to people, how you act, how people appear to you, how you feel about yourself, how you can get rid of decades of programming that's made you feel bad about your appearance. And it's not an accident. It's not an accident. These things are intentional. And then think about us as a group. Look, think about the English. Think about the English. You know, when we went around the whole world and we took style to the globe, we turned up looking brilliant. And that was part of our effect. That's part of how we arrived. And we should be doing that now because we've got battles ahead. There's big struggles, as you know, going on in the world. And we need all the help we can get at the moment. And that kind of thing is going to make one hell of a difference. All right, wicked. That's that. So for this first episode, I'll play another video while we're finishing up here. And I'll tell you a little bit more about what's coming up in this series. I'm sorry, the old nodules are on the go. So look, some of the things we're going to talk about. What is happening with that? Hey, why is it like that? I think that might be their weird effect or something. Oh, we'll be right. Some of the things look at that. That's really what I wanted to hear. You know what, Paul? Because I know a lot of people haven't been enjoying this stuff, but we've had 260 people in, which for a Friday afternoon with no guest is incredible. I have been a little bit nervous around this topic because I know a lot of people don't like it, but I've noticed we've had 260 people. So, but that's lovely, Paul. Thank you, man. And I knew that some people would because why wouldn't you? What you're being offered is improvement. What you're being offered is change and growth, and just incredible. Nice one, Chris. That's lovely. Alan, one of the things I love about you, Chris, is how you dispense your wealth of knowledge in the tongue of the common man. I have to work with what I got, Alan. But thank you. Thank you very much. Yes, history bro. Nothing worse than an ill-fitting shirt. It's just laughable and so easily avoided. Look, as I said, you can get handmade bespoke, means made for you. You can get handmade bespoke shirts made for your exact body type for like 50, 60 quid. And I know people who are spending 250 quid on shirts off the peg. Oh, no, I've got a nice TM Lewin number. Oh, no, I've got a nice Paul Smith number. No, I've got a nice... what's his name? He don't even exist. I was up at his owner's house once. Ted Baker, nice Ted Baker, 400 knicker. Yeah, you look ridiculous in that off-the-peg shirt that doesn't even fit you, that's cost you a fortune. Mind-blowing stuff. Nice one, Dawn. Hey, wearing suits will be considered eccentric for a while, but we can make it fashionable again. No. I understand what you're saying, but... not if it's look at that geezer next to me there. Does that look eccentric? Classic style grey suit. It's incredible. Just looks just wonderful. But I understand you might have a bit of trouble in your life, but this isn't about the people around your locale. This is about when you get busy going out into the world. So listen, this is the sort of thing we're going to be. Hang on a minute. Rich is all about the tweed at the minute. Unfortunately, my tweed suit won't be coming out to Cambodia, Richard. Tweed's beautiful, but it's heavy and it's hot. Can you imagine in the 35 degrees? But yeah, tweed's gorgeous. Lovely to see so many positive responses in the chat. We've got 270 still, and I have been a bit concerned about this, and the majority of you have stayed, and thank you very much. It really means a lot to me. David Davis says, love your enthusiasm. My lifestyle doesn't warrant a tailor. I've got 4 wetsuits, though. Well, it might, David. I'll tell you what, David, every time you could have worn a suit, put a little mark on a diary somewhere and see how quickly those marks add up. I just give that a go. But what I would say, I want to stress, like I told you before, no one who I've talked into getting a suit made has regretted it. Quite the opposite. It's been essentially life-changing for them. So look, this is what this is. Look, our pal loves it, and our pal's a youngster as well. So this is great news. Brilliant. Go for it, my friend. Go for it. Moslab says, I find it akin to watching paint dry. But I appreciate your passion for the things you love and continue to listen for that reason. A gentleman and a scholar, Moslab. A gentleman and a scholar. Browning's ex-corporate. Yeah, but don't get caught. You've seen a lot. I bet you've seen some of the nastiest suits in your life in corporate situations. Right, so this is what you're going to get from this regular stream. You're going to get focusing on manufacturers. Like I might do a stream about my favorite shoemakers, Crockett and Jones. That might be a whole 90 minutes where we look into their history, when we look at their products, when we look, all this different things about how they're made, where they're made, going back to, because Crockett and Jones are a family business from Huddersfield. And so that might happen. We might look at a particular tailor. We might look at a particular style. I'll be dropping in things like bargain of the week. And I'll tell you what, there are some bargains out there. I found a pair of John Lobb. They make shoes for royalty, literally English kings in the past and the Queen and Charlie and all that lot today. I found a pair of John Lobb handmade shoes. The geezer wanted 70 quid for them. There was nothing wrong with them. They'd been worn about 4 times. Now, they weren't made for you, but they were made for this geezer. It wasn't even a auction. It was an out and out. If you got 70 quid, you can have these. And they were beautiful. I mean, they were like a size 10. I could have probably just about got in them. They were beautiful. So I will be looking at bargains of the week and things like that. I will also be doing things like shoe care and look after your suits. There'll be all sorts of different bits and bobs like that. I will certainly be mixing it up a bit. I won't just be what I done today was unprepared. I just thought, I know what I'm going to talk about. I'm going to tell you about suits and shoes. But I will prepare these streams and I'll be coming on. And I'll tell you what, if I can get some people on, it'll be lovely to get a tailor on, maybe a shoemaker, all sorts of different guests and whatever. And hopefully it'll be very interesting. Chris, you should talk to Paul Weller. He's been walking around Soho with that same barnet for about 40 years. I'd only talk to him if I could meet him in a barber's and sedate him. Wooden Donkey Club, do you have an opinion on watches? Yeah, we'll do watches too. Me in it says, I know the look can be a bit avant-garde, but look at Sir Tom Baker's bespoke tailors, my favourite tailor in London. Yeah, and I know them well, me in it. No, for sure. They're the sort of people I'll be doing a stream on. I used to live up that manor, didn't I? So there you go. So there'll be and another super chat. Oh, how lovely. Yes, and hats. Alan, I've got a hat based on Mussolini's black shirts with the little things that hang down. I'll show you a picture of it. Alan. Hello, John Miles. I didn't know you were lurking. I'll show you a picture because I'm on Google wearing it. Hang on. I don't know if you'll be able to see the little bits hanging down, but it's based on Mussolini's black shirts. Hang on. There we go. You can see the little bits hanging down. Here we go. Hang on. I need to know where that super chat come from. I haven't thanked you for it. Here we go. SJ. Thank you, SJ. Other game changers, a good posture, strong voice tonality. These things command more respect for your opinions and a lot more attention from women. Agreed. And like I said, when you put someone in a suit and a pair of shoes that was made for them, their posture changes immediately because they're not feeling crap at life. They're not feeling beaten. They're not feeling broken. They're feeling proud. They're feeling like they're a success. They're feeling like they can go out and take on the world rather than the world's already broken them. That changes posture. That changes voice tonality. Great call, SJ, and we will be looking into that stuff as well because it's part of it. This is what all this is about, and this is just what we do on this channel. What we do on this channel is largely self-improvement, community building. You know, I'm done with all that reacting and stuff. I want to be doing proactive stuff. How can we do better? How can we be better? How can we raise our game as people and as a people? I'm done with horror stories, you know. We have a good time here. We feel better here. Right, have a look at this whistle, Alan, and you'll see the old Tipfer. This was me at the Edinburgh Festival, this one here. Can you see the hat? Can you see it there? It's a fez with the little straps hanging down. Oops, I screwed it. Can you see it? I don't know where you can see that. Hang on, I'll make it bigger. There you go. I'll tell you what, Paul, if you can get a cobbler's apprentice, you'll be minted. It is growing faster than you would know. The handmade shoes industry is growing incredibly well. They can't keep up production. There's not enough shoemakers. There's not enough cord waners for people who want wains corded. So yeah, that's that hat. I'll show you what that hat's based on. Hang on. There you go. So you've seen enough of that hat there, and now I'll show you. This is the hat that Mussolini's black shirts wore. I had this made. I had it made for me. Look, can you see that there? Oh, hang on. Share screen. Can you see that there? So you can see the kind of the inspiration for my one. This is, you can see that's there's the symbol, the Italian fascism symbol there. And I was performing at the very left-wing Edinburgh Festival wearing that hat. And that photograph, by the way, let's just show you that again. That photograph that you can see there, that was in the Scotsman. You know, it's the big Scottish paper, the daily paper, the Scotsman. That was in the Scotsman, half a page. Nice whistle too, that. Turning up with the old fascist hat on. Bradley Claydon says this channel has changed so much since I subbed at 700. Lovely to have you still here, Bradley. You must have been here when the likes of Chew and all that must have been down. But that was about 5 years ago, and if it hadn't have changed in 5 years, I'd have been deeply, deeply gutted. It is a fez, Mr. R. Powell. That's what Mussolini's black shirts were. They were prepared for a life of violence. And I thought, well, I'm going to the Edinburgh Festival. I'll have a hat made. And that hat that I had made cost about, I think it was about 90 quid by a professional hat maker. Because these people are out there and they exist. Alan, no, good call. Looks like mine, but it's red with a black tassel. What, like Tommy Cooper's? Have you got a fez, Alan? Humans, he says, Nyanthos, everyone is going to wear a shiny shell suit and cheap trainers to the meetup just to troll Chris. I won't be. I will not be. I will be doing my best to look as best as I can for all of you, because I think it's only fair if you've come to see me that I have put in some effort to be an attractive and impressive appearance. There you go. There you go. Yes, Milner. There you go. As a hat maker. Otto says, looks like I have to groom myself. Proper letdown, innit? Proper letdown. There you go, boxing fan. Smartly dressed ultra violence, but without the violence, just ultra, but not the not the Vietnam ultra. It was a good call, wasn't it? Fair point. Rather keep the stream going than have a few videos of rage spat and then you get your channel taken down. Though I do enjoy that content. No, for sure. And look, that stuff will keep happening. But all my stories are being uploaded when I get some time on my Dangerfield Stories channel, which is down there. And it's worth subbing to it actually, because you might have forgotten some and missed some, and it will only be the best ones. The Crack Gnome story, the Crack Diaries. What else have we got? You know, all the classic ones, the car chase. So they'll be all coming up again. And there will still be rants. But the thing is, take the rant down after a few days and then it doesn't make me vulnerable. My back catalogue got about 5 views a week, which is almost nothing. And it made me so vulnerable to attack. You know, I got a strike. I need a couple more. Channel's gone. So get rid of all that and then I'm not vulnerable. For what I was getting out of it and what I was sacrificing because of it, it wasn't worth it. And in the climate we're in today, I don't need 5 years of politics out there haunting me, making me vulnerable. I'd lose my channel. I'd lose it. And I don't want to do that. So, you know, I know it's kind of hard sometimes to understand if you're not a YouTuber and you haven't got to think about these things, but, you know. All right, people, look. On the come on, Marzi, get yourself down to sunny London. It'll be amazing to meet you. It'd be absolutely amazing. I reckon there'll be a fair few people there. Oh, I'll tell you what. Do I enjoy a leather jacket? I suppose so. I've seen some nice ones. I haven't ever had one. I had one when I was at art school, but it looked like it was I had it at art school. All right, look, there's 270 scrubs here. Give me a 1 in the chat if you intend to come to the London IRL subs meetup. I mean, it'll probably be next year sometime now because of the COVID. But if you intend to try and get to London, one Saturday Arvo next year, give me a 1. JC's calling out for 4 more likes. Look at that. Look at that. Great numbers. Great numbers. There's going to be loads of people there. Otto wants us all to go to him. Excellent. Excellent. Oh, my God. Are you really a tailor? Are you really a tailor? But you spelt it wrong, so I think you're lying. Good try. Are you a dyslexic tailor? Look at that. Look. The pair are coming. Fantastic. Dennis is not all of these lazy cunts will turn up. You came last time, didn't you, Dennis? Didn't we have a laugh? Varian Redbeard needs a whistle. Mate, Bilge. I'm telling you, Bilge. Email me if you need any help, if you need any indications. Bloke about town that don't want to get all the way to London but might get to Southeast Asia. Yeah, man, just email me, let you know. Oh, Taylor is his name. There you go. Oh, there you go. Whoops. Moody Edge is socially awkward. They would have nothing to contribute. Mate, you wait till you see me in a group. You know, I swear. Last time, me and Dennis, we were both sweating. Do you remember Dennis? All right. I thought he knows. Dennis is going to be there in his joggers, his wife beater, and his Air Force Ones, and you ain't even joking. You ain't even joking. Can't you do something? Listen, London's easy to get to from anywhere in the country. I thought I'll do it somewhere like Manchester or Leeds, but they're rank. Listen, serious point. I'm going to make a serious point, and Sayers just made the same point. If anyone wants to come, but is socially awkward, feels that they've got nothing to offer, is scared, any of those anxiety things, I absolutely beg you to try and make the effort. You will be looked after, you will be welcomed, and you will be loved. I can't believe that Moslab reckons he might get out there. Oh, I'm holding you to that. There will be lead time. And if you can get to London, Moslab, I'll show you a great few days. Well, oh, moderator privileges going on here. Sorry. No, I won't. I'll leave at the end of the day. But listen, if anyone's got any issues with big groups, just email me. Let me know. I will make sure I will assign someone to you, and you have nothing to fear. And I don't care if you've got nothing to offer, because believe me, you have. And it will be an absolute pleasure. We'll have such a laugh. We'll have a really nice time. I'll be yapping. I'll do a tour of Soho on foot, and I'll tell you stories and where they happened. And you might even see people that are in them. Imagine talking about someone and there they are. And I'll see if I can hire out somewhere so we can all get down into some a room at a members club. I might be able to get a room at a Groucho club or something, and we can all ponce around in there for a few hours. We'll have an absolute ball. We'll go and eat somewhere, and we'll have a laugh. Come on, Shell Bobs. I'll look after you. There'll be plenty of people to look after you. Our pal's shy, but come in. You've got to come, man. You're like inner circle ranking scrub. What? If you ain't coming, you're in all sorts of trouble. Flamadiddler would like to tell me about his meat rack Soho story. Well, I'll tell you what we'll do, Flamadiddler, because since we're meeting there, once we all get down there, we'll all see. Anyone who's got a Soho story can stand up and tell it. That'll be good. I don't know if anything's on alt censored. I don't know. Probably. I think that's how it works. Someone said something very interesting. Frog Squatch. You're cutting off your nose to spite your face. Then it'll be lovely. Grego wants to know if there will be a Chinese massage discount code. No, but there was last time we done it. There absolutely was. Last time we done this, it was called Dangerfield's Chinese Prescription, and we all went and had some food in a Chinese restaurant. And then anyone who wasn't birdied off or really shy or didn't feel that a Chinese massage was appropriate went to the boozer. And the rest of us, a big group, we went to 3 different massage shops, and I dropped a little crowd off at each of them. And because I'd talked to the shops beforehand, I got everyone a discount because I said I'll be bringing 4 or 5 people there. So there certainly was that time. Horus. Flowers are merely tarts, prostitutes for the bees. Thanks. Thank you, Horus. I mean, what perfect timing to drop such liquid gold upon us. Horus is going to present the Rules for Radicals stream I'm going to do probably next week. I'm going to do a stream about Saul Alinsky's Rules for Radicals with guest host Horus, and that's going to be excellent. I'm going to get a few other people to come on and join in. No, chanks are all between you and the lady. I can't. So many questions coming through. If I had the means, I don't think I'd come. Oh, thanks. I'd feel out of place. Look, everyone feels out of place, but you're a scrub, man. You're amongst scrubs. IR says happy ending. That is a chank. We've already been there. What was it? We've already discussed this. What was the actual comment? I've already dealt with this. I can't remember what it was. Fuck me, Alan. Is that how much they want to charge you to get here from America, from where you are in America? Good Lord. Good Lord. No, I missed something. Horus, I don't know what it's like when you're streaming, but because mine are like high-paced, fast and exciting, I've got so many things going on. You've only got to remember the next word coming out your mouth, and you usually forget that. There you go. That was it. I've already covered this. That's brilliant. Oh, yeah, is he in here? Who said it? Who was the original? I've already covered this. Fucking brilliant. Look at that. What, you didn't know? Jesus. Dangerfield, what are your thoughts of Jazz After Dark? Not my cup of tea, but, you know, people enjoy it. It was Moody Edge. There you go, legend. But I'm sorry, Moody Edge. I'm sorry. I've already covered this, so another time. Dangerfield needs to start a dating app. No, I bloody don't. Scrub dating. I feel sorry for the girls. There's only about 8 of them. It'll be carnage. Well, 9 if you include Jord. Look, I claimed. Oh, you claimed it. Well, I've already claimed it. I'm sorry. Oh, sorry, Horace. I gave up being a student years ago. Hey. Okay. Yeah, do you know what I mean? Exactly. Absolutely that. Can anyone else do it that quick? Has anyone else nailed the new scrub salute? Hey. Our pal's going for Jord. You're in for such a surprise, mate. Oh my God. Shagrat's missus is having a baby. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. When you say your wife is, you know, someone else is someone else is on that. Right. Okay, people. I'm now just rambling. I have had a wonderful stream. This went so much better than I thought it would. We've had over 270 people in from the beginning. I thought I was going to lose half of you. The amount of yap I've had about talking about shoes and suits, I thought I'd put it to one stream every fortnight, and I thought there'd be 100 people left. You have all listened, you wonderful lot. You've listened, and I know a lot of you don't like all this. George might dress up as a man. Hey, great stuff, George. Richard, that quiz is on his last legs. Nice one, Paul. That's fantastic. So thank you all very much for staying. I know a lot of you ain't into all that talk of schmutter, but I really appreciated it. Please go away and think about some of the things I said and how that might, you know, how those negative self-image things might function in your life, and how you might be able to sort of do something about that. Chris, why didn't you get a vase? Here, I'll give you your own one. There you go, you vuzzer. Nice one, Chris. Thank you, everyone who's supported with Super Chat. She's been very generous. It's been brilliant. Nice one, Brooke. Are you the fucking farmer? Can you stop saying that? Oh, bollocks, I'm a student after all. Have a great weekend, everyone. It's Saturday tomorrow. I'll see a lot of you in the morning. I will see you for some more Clobber stuff in about 2 weeks, Friday afternoon. There'll be more Dangerfield's proper Clobber in about 2. Oh, I've screwed this up. Sorry. Sorry. It was going so well. There'll be more Dangerfield's proper Clobber in about 2 weeks. So I'll see a lot of you at 7 o'clock GMT tomorrow morning. Take care, everyone. It's been an absolute blast.
All the world loves a lover. All the girls in every land are meant to know. The joy of loving is to live in the world of mankind. There's someone who's waiting for you. Soon the world will be yours for a time. Music starts to play, night will turn to day. Darkness disappears when the one you love is near. You're in mankind. All the world loves the lover. All the girls in every land are meant to know. Joy of loving is to live in the world of mankind. There's There's a place that is waiting for you. A world where the best in life is free. Where time is always spring. Happiness is king. The dreams you dream come true when the one you love loves you. You're in man.
Nice one, people. An absolute pleasure. Enjoy the rest of your Friday. Remember, it's the weekend tomorrow. I mean, really, we're already there. So make the most of it. Have a cracking day, and I'll see the hardcore scrubs 7 o'clock in the morning. Bloody lovely.
All the world loves a lover. All the girls in every land, a man to know. Joy of loving is to live in the world of mankind.
Nice one, Mrs. Me in it. Oh my God, almost the last nodules left in me. I'll see you tomorrow. 7 o'clock. Be there.